Hi, I'm Andy Garrison with the Actor Training Studio, and this is yet another edition of the ATS Actor of the Fortnight. I'm here with Kevan Myers. How you doing, Kevan?
I'm living.
Now, I have several questions for you, Kevan. And the first one is, what's your full name?
Richard Kevan Myers.
Richard Kevan Myers. I knew Richard because that comes on your emails. Yeah. Do you have is there an origin to the name?
Yeah, my first name, Richard, comes from my mother's brother. And my middle name is supposed to follow my father's name. My father's name was Evan, is Evan. And that's why it's spelled that way, Evankevan, because it's supposed to be Evan and Kevin, and I was always called Kevin.
See, this is the kind of stuff you always wanted to know.
It's priceless.
That's great. Do you have a stage name?
No.
Okay. How about a nickname? Any nicknames?
Not since I was 10.
What was your nickname at 10?
Shouldn't say.
Okay. How long have you studied at ATS, Kevan?
It's going on about 18 months.
Kevan, what's your most recent day job?
Oh, I'm a financial advisor.
Mm-hmm. And how's that going?
Well, it's an extremely difficult time, Andy.
I've talked to some other financial advisors that are saying the same thing.
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you been a financial advisor?
21 years.
Wow. So he's probably pretty good at it. Yes? You thought so before this year, but I'm sure you still are.
Well, everything is in question today, but I think in 6 months or so we'll begin to believe again that we know what we're doing.
Awesome. On to happier things. How long have you been acting?
Recently?
Yes.
Since I started back here at your studio.
Awesome. And what made you decide to start? Give us the original what made you decide to start.
I've been waiting again to get back involved in it since I stopped in 1983.
And you decided to restart about 1.5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
What happened at that point that you could consider coming back?
You know, I was building a business and raising a family, you know, during the late 80s and through the 90s, and it did appear that, and it still seems that, despite the grave difficulties that we're facing today, it seems that I'm capable now, even though I have my family situation and also my business things that I have to take care of, it seems that I actually do have the time to devote to this now.
What's your favorite thing about acting class, Kevan?
The friends. I mean, everything in my life that's important to me is the people that I know, people I meet. My friendship with you, my friendship with the other people here is the most important thing, the fun we have.
Yeah, it's a good time. Anything about acting class that you dread?
No, not at all. Okay. No, it's 100% pure fun.
Although there have been some curveballs that I've thrown where you said, "Well, I don't want to do that."
Of course.
And
not.
I think I did a pretty good impression of Kevan just then. Kevan, do you have any acting heroes?
Jimmy Stewart is probably my all-time favorite actor.
What do you like about Jimmy Stewart?
Vulnerability.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, just tremendous flexibility, childlike responses.
Yeah.
Very pure.
What would your dream role look like?
Anything I can get that would pay. No, I've already done the first thing I did after all these years was something that was very well suited to me, and I had a tremendous amount of fun doing it. If I could have done it for more than 10 minutes of the show, I would have enjoyed it more.
You were very good at that.
Well, I appreciate that.
All right, are you ready? Because now it's time for the final 5 queries of technique. Kevan, what's the first thing you do when you get a role after reading the script?
Well, I'm going to do research. You know, as I'm going to go to any source I can find. Obviously, most of the research will be online, but I'm going to go try to find out what there is in the background of the character that is significant. And as is often the case with the things that you provide for class, there isn't any background. And so I have learned that I have to make it up. But I am going to create a complete story for my character, going all the way back to childhood. I mean, at least a sketch, so I can understand why it is that they, that they behave the way they do.
Making it up is the actor's job, isn't it? Even if there is a background, a so-called background.
I much prefer knowing the facts.
Yeah, well, such as they are. Next, Kevin, how do you deal with nerves?
I love nerves.
Tell us about that.
I love the way I feel when I'm getting ready to perform. I mean, I've told you that I like to go audition even if I can't be in the show. I love to audition. I think it's the most exciting thing you can do, to be in front of people that you either may know a little bit or you don't know at all, and have a chance to show them what you're capable of, if in fact you're capable of anything.
Yeah. Kind of get your own, like, one-man show.
It's very exciting. The risk involved.
Okay, here's a really deep one. How do you memorize all those lines?
Which ones?
You do a show and people come up to you afterwards and how do you memorize all those lines?
Well, of course, I haven't had to do many in the modern era.
What's your memorization technique, Kevin?
I type it all out. I actually, whatever I'm going to have to say, I type it out. I type out my lines, obviously perfectly, according to the script. I might change the instructions a little bit. And then I type out the sketch of, whatever other person's line I'm in the scene with. I type out there so I know what I'm responding to. But I actually type it out because I find that if I do that, it helps me make a connection. The physical part of typing helps me make a connection with the language.
I've also heard of people that like to write it out in longhand as well. Okay.
Which number are we on?
We are on query of technique number 4.
4. Are my ears burning?
Kevin, what's the one acting habit you have that you'd like to kick? We all have.
I would like to kick the habit that you tell me that I have.
Which is what?
I don't know. Which one is it?
No, these are your questions. These are your queries of technique to answer, my friend.
I guess I start too big, perhaps, or at least I sometimes start pretty big. So I might be over-expressive. In fact, in the bit that we just did here moments ago, I might have been a little over-expressive.
Well, we'll see, won't we?
I think we will.
On the playback. All right, last question.
I think that was a poor answer to that question.
Do you?
I apologize.
No, I liked it.
Okay.
I mean, it took a while to get there, but I liked it. All right, so you're acting in a scene. You get one thing to focus on. You get one technique, whatever, to focus on. What is it going to be? You get one thing.
Well, I've said before that what I do whenever I can, and I generally am able to do this, whatever scene I'm in or whatever character I'm playing, I generally will find a piece of music that speaks to me in the same way that I feel as the character, and I try to have that music in my head because it just helps me remember how I have felt before as I prepared, and remember how I want to feel while I'm performing.
That's very interesting. And I know you've said that before, but I'd forgotten. Okay, well, that's it.
Okay.
I want to thank you.
Well, I thank you.
And thanks again for stopping by the ATS website. Give us a call. Come sit in on a class. We've got a couple people sitting in tonight. And that's it for the Actor of the Fortnight.